This time, the defense benefited.
Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. A fairly short kick from the 14, and he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now Heineke. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
4 yards on the takeoff. 2nd and 6 at the 13-yard line.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. To throw is Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Now Rodgers. Touchdown! Aaron Jones. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Once more, Gibson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Heineke. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. On the move past the 40. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Throwing, Heineke.
Here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him.
And the Packers are going to get it back here just past the 35. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. He'll get this to Lazard. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Open man, here is Cobb.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Even with him busting through the contact, he'll still be stopped just inside the 35. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. His throw incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. That's complete to Cobb.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And it's a Packers touchdown.
Robert Tonyan
from 13 yards out.
And the Packers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
They'll try the left side with Gibson. We'll get this up to about the 44.
From the 44,
Heineke.
over the middle, complete to Samuel.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On 1st and 10, Heineke.
This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. To throw is Heineke.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
That he will be taken down, but it's a big play and a conversion for Washington on 4th down.
Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal. Because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
And they'll throw again, Heineke.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. They'll go again to Jones. That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down.
Now a play fake. Rodgers.
Throw right side, going to be complete to DeGuara.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
On play action, Rodgers.
And he'll let this go deep for Lazard.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, so that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Here's Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
26.
Rodgers again now. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
The kick by Crosby is good, and that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughan. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
On the ground with a tight end. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Running right, Jones. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Here's Rodgers to throw.
Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he is going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Again, it's Jones.
And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again.
A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Caught by Cobb. Touchdown, Packers. Randall Cobb, 58 yards.
And the Packers have opened the lead up to 30.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 13. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible, let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
Now after the sack, Heineke and the Washington offense going to face a tough 3rd and long.
Now back to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Heineke to throw for it on 4th down.
Slide, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And my goodness, that means this next drive will begin 4 yards from the end zone already.
Jones will score. Touchdown, Packers. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. to me when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Commanders are able to claw one back. The extra point by Sly is up and good.
So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Rodgers.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. From midfield, here's Rodgers. He's got a man, complete. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 41 yards. Rodgers now to throw. Touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers.
And the Packers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
On first down, right back to Gibson.
He finds some open field here. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
They'll go again with Gibson.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Off the play fake, Heineke.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Rasul Douglas picks it.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's a give to Jones running left. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Calling no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Shotgun now for Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side.
He's got room past the 30. Now he's free to midfield. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Open man, here is Cobb. And it's a Packers touchdown. Randall Cobb with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Packers continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Crosby with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
A fairly short kick from the 14.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Quay Walker came through to make the sack. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a...
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Now, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed watching their execution throughout this contest.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. Let's see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go. He's got a man, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 36 yards on the play. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Heineke on 1st down.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And some room to run now. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play that time on the catch and run. 32 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now Heineke. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Slide for the PAT.
And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got...
He's got a man, complete. The 20, 10, 5. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And able to get this out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. On 3rd down, here's Gibson.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best.
You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. You like the top or you just like to lose?